Hey, what's going on, guys? Sally D with you here. We got week 3 going on. Hope you made money last week. Had a little bit better week than week 1. That's going to keep going. Week 3 is going to be better than week 2, and it's going to be moving on like that. I got my nice little table you can see here. A little upgrade. Maybe next week will be week 4 in the studio. Maybe. So before I hop into week 3, do my recap. Andrew Luck was great last week. Wire-to-wire finish. They were getting 5.5 points. They won straight up. It was great. I'll talk about Houston after. That game was a complete disaster. That was like an arm and a leg that game cost me. 4th and 1 on their own 30-yard line. Tennessee's going for it. They did everything they could to win that game and completely screw me out of everything on that game. It was terrible, but I won't talk about it. Quarterback change on Tennessee. It was terrible. It was one of those just move-ons. Kansas City, I gave you guys the over. That was beautiful. The game was over at halftime. We're going to go back to the Mahomes train and the well. There's a couple wells that I've noticed out there, so we're going to hop right into that. We're going to start in Philadelphia. We're going against Andrew Luck this week. We're going to take Philadelphia, -6.5. They have a lot of injuries. Indianapolis does. The Wentz-mobile is back. He's playing. I don't know how healthy he is. He says he's 100%. That's a little bit nerve-wracking for me, but it's enough. The Wentz-mobile is enough to ride on. So we're going to go with Philadelphia -6.5. Carolina and Cincinnati, I can't get a read. Can't give you a game. Sorry. Jacksonville, the line moved from 7.5 to 10.5. There's all sorts of injuries over there. I don't care what the line is. I learned this last week with Houston. I don't care what the line is in Jacksonville. I don't care who's out, who's in. That's what screwed me last week when I saw the quarterback change in Tennessee. So we're going right to Jacksonville. I don't care what the line is. Take Jacksonville. Feel good. Defense will play well. They're the real deal this year. Moving on. Atlanta, New Orleans. Shootout city. It's going to be in a dome. They put up like 20 points last week against Cleveland. Atlanta's defense is not Cleveland. Cleveland's defense is excellent. The finally one win in like 30,000 games. Cleveland, you saw last night. Congrats to Cleveland for beating the New York Jets. So we'll move on. That just take the over 53. It's going to be a shootout. So they play in the dome. They're both quarterbacks are excellent. Little upset that Devontae Freeman's not going to be there, but I'm still going to go with the over because those points, 3.5 either way, it'll be very close. This is a top game. Baltimore. Baltimore, the over-under is 44. It's going to rain. You know I like my rain. So Case Keenum is terrible. We saw that last week. I gave you Denver hoping on their defense would play well. They pulled off a final victory with the field goal at the end of the game. Good for them, but they're a terrible team. And Joey Bag of Donuts, Joey Flacco, I've been calling him, he's getting there. They're not scoring 44 points. Take the under. Okay, moving on. Houston and my New York Giants. So Houston killed me last week, and my first reaction to this game was, take Houston. The Giants suck. Well, Houston's playing kind of sloppy. The Giants' offensive line would look terrible last week. I'm going with the over 42. Just take the over. One of those two teams is going to light up the scoreboard. Which way it goes, I'm not sure, but it's going over 42. Take the over. Can't trust either team right now until they show me something. Miami and Oakland. Gut feeling effect. Nothing to it. Take the 3.5 points. When the fire is fire, take it. 3.5. Chucky, Oakland, light it up. Green Bay and Washington. We got some weather issues, a little bit of rain. I'm going back to the Rodgers well. That shouldn't have been a tie. That was a terrible call. We won't have to get into it. Green Bay, -3.5. Rodgers, take it. Washington is terrible. They really are. I don't even know how they beat Arizona. Arizona is actually that bad. I know I don't like to compare game to game because each game is on its own little entity, as I call it. But they're terrible. So take Green Bay, feel good. Minnesota and Buffalo, staying away from 16.5 points. Don't like it at all. This is a top game we're moving into. Mr. Patrick Mahomes. Talked about him in week 1. Talked about him in week 2 with the over. We're talking about him again. Week 3, the guy is the real deal. 6.5 points is a gift. They're playing at home. Take Mahomes. moving right on. We're rolling today. The Rams. I didn't like the point spread the 16 points or 15 points it was last week. It was a total blowout against Arizona. But again, we're going to go to the Rams, giving 7.5 until they do me wrong. Until the Rams do anything wrong, you take the Rams. Week 3, take the Rams. Week 4 and 5, I don't even know who we're playing, but maybe we'll actually just go and take the Rams now. No, but kidding. Okay, Rams minus 7.5. Lock that in. Moving up to Chicago and Arizona. I don't even know what to say about these teams. They just don't impress me. They're both terrible teams. The over-under is the lowest of the board. I don't like taking unders typically. Last week it's like 9-7. I think the overs hit, which isn't really much. Week 1 was 10-6, a little bit better. I mean, with that edge and then my edge, I feel very comfortable in the overs. But this game is ugly. 38.5 is a gift. Take it at 38.5. I don't like it at 38. I'm really weird on that kind of stuff. But take it at 38.5, and you'll feel pretty good about that one. Seattle and Dallas, both terrible teams. Going with Seattle, home opener. The crowd is going to be rocking. The stadium is going to be loud, and Dallas hasn't impressed me at all. Take Seattle at the 1 point. Lock that in there. It's very tough to play in Seattle. Everybody knows that. Stadium effects. I know, technical people. But no, Seattle's a very good bet this week against Dallas. Unfortunately, I do like taking Dallas a lot, but I can't do it. So we're going to move on. New England and Detroit. What to think of these two teams for 2 weeks now is just very tough. The over is very high. Vegas has them at 53, and Vegas is very good. You saw that with last night's Jets as they were getting points, almost 4 points, 3.5. So that was Vegas knows something. And that 53 points, I'm leaning towards taking the over on there. I know it's a lot of points. I don't trust New England's defense, and you certainly can't trust Detroit's defense. And it's also the Sunday night game. It's going to be a highlight. Brady's going to be out there. He's going to want revenge. I know that. The guy was screaming and cursing last week. Very angry. I like getting an angry Brady on a Sunday night game. Give it to me. And now, the Monday Night Hammer. This is the last game of Week 3. Pittsburgh and Mr. Magic Fitzmagic. Mr. Fitzpatrick. Hurt me once, shame on you. Hurt me twice, shame on me. You're not hurting me again. Pittsburgh is very angry. Tomlin's angry. They were embarrassed. They're coming out there. That is going to be the hammer. Take Pittsburgh. I'm going to be here in Week 4, kicking right off with that Pittsburgh game. We're going to go right into that game, and the first question is going to be, how much money did you make on that Pittsburgh game? Opened at 2.5, went to 1.5. Now it's even money. Public is taking Tampa Bay. Take them. Go ahead. We're going to be on this side. We're going to be on the right side over here. Left, right, doesn't matter. You know what I mean. But we're slamming Pittsburgh. We're going to take them. We're going to talk about that first thing, Week 4. As soon as we get into that, that's the first thing we're going to talk about. All right? Now we're going with my top threes. 1, 2, 3 real quick. We'll bang it out and end the video. 1, Kansas City. Take them until they kill you. Boom. 2, Philadelphia. Love Philadelphia when one's coming back. 3, Rams. You can't go wrong with the Rams. Till they do something, anything offensive, defensively wrong, you take the Rams. And you know my hammer, the ultimate one, Sal DeVito, lock of the week. Pittsburgh, lock it in. Tell me how much money you make next week. Let's go, baby. Light it up. Week 4, we're coming back, Pittsburgh. Take it to the bank. Sally D, lock of the week. Stay cashing, make money, do your thing. I'll talk to you in Week 4. Let's go.